Hi guys. I'm waiting right now for a few of you to just join in. So I'm just gonna hop in my phone to make sure that everybody is working right now. So give me 1 second. I'm just gonna look down for a little bit. How are you? How's getting ready for the weekend? So let's see. I know Heather is gonna come in and help. It's gonna be Pink Fresh Studio, and then Kinara is gonna come in and help us too. Let me just get to the channel so I see you guys. And how are you? Getting ready for the weekend? Any plans for the weekend? It's if you're here and in Canada, it's really hot right now. We're in the middle, obviously summer. I know that especially the West Coast is really, really like going through a heat wave. We are cooled down a bit here, which is good. And I know that the Americans are getting ready to celebrate the long weekend. So let's see, I'm just trying to pull up the feed right now on the phone so I can see your comments because I don't see you on the screen right now. So let me see. I have you here. Oh, I have you. Okay, let me just check the chat. Hello, hello. Yeah, I see you guys. I'm gonna just put the phone down and I can. Hi now. So how are you? Like I said, we're just gonna give you a little minute so everybody finds us. Make sure that you know that we're online. Hello, Early. Is that how you say your name? I know she's Canadian. She's from Quebec, if I'm not mistaken. But nice to see you. Let's see. I'm just gonna put the phone here so I don't have to look down that much. Oh, hi from Ontario, Canada. Where are you in Canada? I'm in Toronto. Barbara Matthews, where are you in Ontario? Let me see who else I see. So we're just gonna give it a few minutes until everybody gets here. We just, like I said, we just celebrated Canada Day, and I know the Americans are getting ready to celebrate Independence Day this weekend, and we're little by little opening here in Canada. So hopefully next time, oh, Kadam, next time I see you, I'll probably have a haircut. Please, you know, maybe I can find an appointment because my hair is quite long. If you have seen my photos, then I don't have this long hair. And with the heat, it's not a good thing for me. So let's give it a few more minutes to make sure that, you know, we find somebody. Sorry, my name is Michelle. Hi. Hi, Debbie from Edmonton. Oh, you're from New Brunswick. Sorry, Aurelia, I thought you were from Quebec. Okay, hello from Virginia. Barbara's from Virginia. I'm just looking. Have you guys checked like the new collection? What have you bought from the new release? I know the butterflies are very popular. If you checked King Fresh Studio, the June release had beautiful washi tape and also the beautiful butterflies that we're all loving. I'm just reading the comments. Kay Wallace is from Mexico. Hola, ¿cómo están? In case you don't know, I speak Spanish. That's my first language. So there's a lot of accent and there's a lot of words that might come in Spanish too. So forgive me if that happens. So let me just see. I'm gonna see 25 people. Let's give it another minute before we switch it. I see Julie, Kim, hello. I see Kay, Barbara, Joanne. Hi guys. What are your plans for the weekend? Like I said, it's really hot here in Canada. And hopefully, you know, we slowly, since we're opening slowly, maybe we'll get to go outside for a little bit and, you know, maybe do some shopping, get haircuts. You know, it'd be nice. It's been, I think, around 6 or 7 months since we haven't been able to do any of that. So before I flip the camera, remember that any comment that you add onto the feed, you'll be able to, Heather will be looking around and she'll pick a winner for a $15 gift certificate to the Pink Fresh Studio shop. And also right now there is a sale of boxes of product of Pink Fresh Studio that you want to check it out. So make sure, I'm sure the $15 are gonna be great. I see Kelly Clark. I'm in Toronto, Canada. I live in Toronto, Canada. I love it, even though I'm from Ecuador. So I'm gonna flip the camera. I see a few more join in so we can get started and we're gonna play with some Happy Blooms collection. we are gonna do some die cutting. Well, the magic of television is gonna do some die cutting. And we are gonna flip right now that Heather is ready. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm just going to flip the camera right here. And so there we go. Let me just turn on the lights. So there we go. So today I thought we'd play with a little bit of die cutting and a little bit simple mixed media. And it's gonna be very simple, so you can do it. And we're gonna get started. So I have these two photos of my daughter eating ice cream. And she loves it. So I thought I wanted something really light and summery. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to create, well, a die cut. And for that, I am using, and I have it here. Let me just pull it out. I'm gonna use the slim lacy edges. I wanna use this one that has quite a bit of detail. I don't need the light. It's giving you too much shine that you can see it. Let me just maybe shut it off better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can do it in the camera. So I have my little machine here. Open it. There's a lot of shaking. Sorry, guys. So what I want to create is a 12-inch strip. So that's what we're gonna use. We might not use all of it, but I think that we can show you how easy it is. And I'm gonna pull up papers from the collection. This paper here is the flower patch. That's the light blue on one side with the flowers, and the other side has like a corally pink tone. I want to use this one. So we are gonna die cut this. I'm just gonna die cut one of them. I want to make sure that the edge is gonna sit right there. I'm gonna a little bit of washi tape just so it doesn't move. So I'm just gonna pull a little bit here. And I'm using actually like this mat here because it gives me the length of the paper. So check it out. I'm happy that I switched to this wider format die cutting machine. It just helps a lot. So let's get it. And you're gonna hear the noise because my machine is brand new and I think I need to find out how to add oil to it. So go ahead and cut it. And if you see shaking, my apologies. So we have one pass and pretty much I think my cut is done. Flip it here. And like I said, I want to extend it to make it a 12-inch strip. So I'm just going to go ahead and just make sure that, I don't know if you can see it in the camera right there, that I kind of match the little edge to the last design here. And I'm going to be very careful. I want to make sure that it's a continuous strip. So I'm just going to play a little bit with it so that I can create it. Simple as that. The beauty of it is that it doesn't have an end that cuts the strip. So I'm able to create a continuous edger. I'm just gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna put it on the side just because, no. So I'm gonna put it there. And like I said, my apologies. You're gonna hear the machine make a little bit of noise. I need to read the manual to find out how to add oil to it. And it doesn't make that noise, but it gets a lot of use. So I think it has to do with it. Here we go. Just put this away. The machine aside. And we have it here. So let's get the paper strip. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna carefully take this out. You can hear the machine, but you're gonna see right now here, I'm just gonna take away the volume. I think I left the volume of this on. So let me just mute in the phone. There we go. So I'm just gonna, I have my little strip ready and my scissors are right here. I think the light is better now that I kill one of the lights. Let me see if I do this and I turn this one on, maybe better. I'm playing with them. Sorry, I'm just trying to get, there you go, it's better. So I have it ready. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim. I'm gonna say around an inch. I don't like cutting my strip ahead of time, just in case I move stuff. I'd rather trim it after I have the edge done. It's simpler that way. Just sometimes, you know, things slip out of your hands or they slip when you're die cutting. So I find it better to do it in a larger or a wider strip and then actually cut, trim it down. So I'm gonna say this one right now is around 3/4. It's gonna be my strip. And this is pretty much what's gonna be the foundation or the anchor for our pages. They're gonna be these strips. So once again, that's the slim lacy edgers. They're for slimline cards, obviously, but they work great in 12 by 12 layouts, which is what we're gonna create today. So you're gonna see, like I said before, through the magic of television, we have quite a few of them ready. And I've cut a few, I went with this tone because when you die cut it, it gives you pretty much, I don't know if you can see the color. It gives you more of solid colors, which is gonna help to break down some of the pattern. You're gonna see I have this paper. It's the, I should have wrote down the names, but this is the white. I have it right here. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you the names exactly so you know. I'm using this too. This paper here is the embroidered paper, and that's the one that has the white with the pink florals, and the B side has the beautiful white with the blue kind of plaid design. So I've decided to cut that, and then the B or the A side of the, I put the name. This one is the flower patch paper. So this paper here, the B side works as a beautiful neutral just because it has a more solid look. So that's, like I said, this is gonna be the base of our layout. I am gonna use white cardstock so then you can see the color is coral Aida, or Aida, sorry. Yeah, the color is like a coral pink tone. I think you can see it better now with the white back. Yeah, and the other one, it's white with pink. Yeah, so the way we're gonna go about it, and why I cut 12-inch strip is because I wanna use the angle that this is gonna create on my paper to build my layout. So let's just start playing with the paper. I want my, like I said, remember the pink or the coral is gonna be my neutral. So I wanna make sure that I set that in the middle to break down the patterns. You're gonna see a little bit of the florals on the blue. So that's what the coral is kind of your neutral that is gonna tone down that tone. And then I'm gonna have the white. One of the things you're gonna see that I'm doing is I'm making sure that when I put my paper strips, if you do it in a row, then you're gonna cover the details of the little dots that come in the strip. Yeah, I don't know if I can, if I turn off the light, it will be better for you guys. Would that be better? Less blurry? Might work better. So I'm just trying to read the comments and work through it. It might be better that way. There's enough light coming from the window, so it might work that way. So like I said before, I'm just trying to work with the strips. I want to make sure that they do not cover the little dots of the design. So I'm gonna kind of move it around so that every other dot is okay. Perfect. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. There's a lot of light coming through the window, and also like the lights, it helps when you're recording video. So, but I think the light outside is really sunny right now in Toronto, so it's helping. Okay, so there we go. So that's, you're gonna see how you can see the dots of the design, you can see the florals, and like I said, the coral is just breaking your pattern. So that's pretty much what it's gonna anchor my page. And we're gonna balance it. So I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna balance to the other side of the paper. So the reason why I cut the 12 inches is because I'm able to move them. If I only cut a 6-inch, it will be like a little like this. I want to make sure that I cover, that it gives me a nice angle where I can put everything in place. So right now, I'm just gonna glue this together so I can move them as one. Just makes it easier for me. So a little bit of glue. Just double-sided tape a little bit just to keep it in place. Fill this up so you can see it, and then I'll flip it and we'll play with the angle. And I hope that you check the collection. This collection is beautiful, very springy, summery. You're gonna see how slowly, okay, and then we're gonna add more glue to this tape. Sorry, to the back of this just to keep it in place. Okay, again, sorry about that. Trying to see that you can see it properly so you don't see it blurry. And there we go. So we have, this was not sticking. Get it there together. Just a little bit, Nathalie. Stick together. Perfect. Okay, so I have my 3 strips, and I'm thinking I want them, make sure that the paper is straight so you can see it. I want an angle right here. I don't know how you say it, around 30 degrees. I don't want it completely covering half the page. I want it on the top right corner of my layout. I want to make sure that I take advantage of the white space that I have here. So I'm just gonna play with it. I think I like it right there. So pretty much it's gonna, see right there, I'm gonna come with a little pencil. Just, oh, with my pencil? Just to mark where it's sitting, so it makes it easier right here. So I know that my photos are gonna sit right here. Yeah, so you see I have all the space over here, and I have all this space for, what do you call it, decorating my page. This is gonna anchor my page. I have space, I'm gonna create a flow with my page. I'm all about creating flows and movement on the page. So what we're gonna do right now is add a little bit of mixed media. Very simple mixed media, just so that I'm gonna make this pop. So first thing, I'm just gonna lightly just add some dots to the background. That's just gonna give me an idea where everything is gonna sit. So it's gonna create some little lines. And I use a 2H pencil in case you don't know, I don't use a 2HB. I think it's HB or 2Bs. I just want something really light. So you need a hard lead. So that's a 2H. I'm gonna move this. And I don't know if you can see it. I have little dots on my paper. I'm gonna come in with a little bit of ink here. Like I said, very simple mixed media, nothing complicated. Because I'm gonna use quite a bit of pink, I'm gonna use a little bit of blue. I'm gonna use a sky blue ink for this. So just gonna put it here so you can see the name. I have the mini ink and cube sets. These are great. So I'm just gonna get an ink blending tool. And like I said, if somebody asked me, these are just makeup brushes. They work great. If you have an ink blending tool, then go ahead. And I'm gonna try to stay within the little dots that I created. Just go a little bit outside of them. Remember, when I put my photos back into the page, I want to make sure that the color that I'm adding kind of just sneaks from behind. I don't want it to be the focus of the page. I don't want to cover my entire page with mixed media either. So a little bit is gonna go a long way. I hope you can see it. So I'm just adding the ink, and it's gonna be very light. I don't wanna like a lot of contrast. I just want a little bit of color, and I just added ink to the bottom of the page with my finger. So be careful when you do this. Okay, it's not going to affect the entire process. So I'm just adding a little bit of the ink. Like I said, enough that is gonna peek from underneath the photos. You don't want more than that. You don't wanna, it's better to start small and then add. You can always add, but you cannot subtract, especially when you add in ink and stuff like that, because you don't wanna hurt your paper. And in case I am using heavy cardstock, this is a Vicky Boutin foundation paper. I buy it by pack just because it holds mixed media really nice. So I've added my color. I don't know if you can see it in the screen properly. So I'm gonna add a little bit at the bottom. Remember, like I said, I'm following a little bit of a flow. So just a little bit, not much. I'm just gonna move the paper so you see where I'm placing it. And in a circular motion, just collect your ink and go in a circular motion, clockwise and counterclockwise. That way you have a nice dispersion of color of the ink. So then I have my mixed media. That's all it's gonna take, a little boo-boo with my finger, but it will do. So now I wanna add a little bit more interest to the background. So I'm gonna come in. This is the Leafy Squares stencil. I hope the light is not too bright for you guys. And I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit of color with it. So I'm gonna go with something that is a little bit contrasting, but in the same tone. For this, I'm gonna use Ocean Breeze, and a little bit of aquamarine inks. And these are from the, what's the name of this family? Island Oasis collection. So Ocean Breeze, remember, I don't know if you can see it, but I have the little dots where everything is gonna sit. Once again, I wanna make sure that the impression just pops from behind it. I don't wanna cover the entire page. I put it there. I'm starting with Ocean Breeze. So a little bit again, a little bit of color, not much. Move it a bit. And I just want a faint impression. I just want to add interest to the white background. I don't want it to be so stark white. I want something that's going to bring just a little bit more interest to the background. It's going to make everything that I'm going to put on top of it pop. And you're going to see very light, 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 light. If I want to darken it a bit, I am going to take a little bit of the aquamarine and just in some areas that I know that lightly, it's going to darken some of those areas, especially the ones that are becoming from behind the pictures. You see a little bit. I don't want the straight line up there, so I'm going to move the design a bit. And that's the beauty of having kind of a linear design that you can move the stencil a bit. I'm just going to put a little bit here. And I want a broken background. I don't want something so perfect. So you see how there's just a little bit of a, let me see if you can move it here so you can see it better. There's a little bit just of the design, not much. Again, a little bit of aquamarine, just a little bit of interest, not much. Like I said, you can add, but you cannot take away. So keep that. And yes, the inks are very juicy. If you're asking me for that, the small ones are. The big ones are too. I have a few of the big ones, and then just a little bit at the bottom. And you're gonna see my fingers are really inky because I'm touching all the inks, but that's okay. We're gonna clean them up in a bit. And that is all the mixed media. If you can see it right now, you see how it's the design. This is where the photos are gonna sit. This is most likely where my title is gonna be. Trying to fix the, I can see, you can see it there. Sorry, there's a lot of light here in Toronto coming through the window. So I think you can see it better there. So very simple. I'll clean that after. So we just keep on building this layout. So remember how we had the strips right now, paper? And the beauty of actually working with inks and ink blending is just that you can work right away. You can let it sit. It's gonna take a little while to go completely dry, but it's dry enough that you can continue working right away instead of working with watercolor, we have to make sure that it dries completely. So I'm able to continue building this layer. So here's the paper strips that we have ready. Remember, I created the little lines here. Move the paper down. I have the little lines to serve me as a guideline. So now I'm gonna actually add quite a bit of tape to secure them in place. Right there. Then I have my other strip, a little bit more tape to secure it. Like I said. And there we go. We have our strips. We'll cut the excess in a little bit just to make sure that you see it. I'm gonna move it here. There you go. See already? And so there's a little bit of interest, not a lot, enough that when I put my pictures, see just a little bit popping out. I'm trying to see the light. I don't know why it's getting so bright. If I put my hands out, then you can see it better. So I'm gonna just take it out. And then we're gonna start actually embellishing. This is pretty much the bulk of our layout. You see, like very simple mixed media. You don't need much time. It's just gonna bring you a little bit of interest. It's gonna create some contrast. Let me see if that and then let me just clean my hands quickly. I have a little rag here because I have ink in my fingers and I see it in the pictures. I'm just gonna rub it out. That's the beauty of working with, inks. Your hands are nice and colorful. And that's probably why I don't have a manicure, because I'll probably have a rainbow in my hands and it wouldn't be pretty. So that's the way I want them. And now what are we gonna think about it is balancing this. I already, as you see it right now, it's gonna be kind of heavy at the top. So I gotta make sure that I also have something that's gonna balance at the bottom. And that's why I added the extra mixed media, a little bit of ink at the bottom, and I cut the extra strip. I'm going to, I don't know if right now I want to do it horizontally. You'll balance it and it's going to add my accent there. Or if I want to do it this way and kind of create my angles, I'm not so sure. I first want to, like, kind of mix the top first. I want to embellish the top and then I'll see how can I balance better. But that's pretty much the idea of balancing. You want to make sure that you have, think of it as a scale. Like, think of the paper as a scale. This is already heavy. So if I add more stuff, it's just going to look like really heavy at the top. It's going to make it, you need something that's going to pull you out through the entire page. So for that, I need to add something at the bottom that's just going to be not the same size. I don't want something huge, but something that's just going to drag your eye throughout the page. So, okay, so we're going to go right now and deal with the photo so we know exactly how we're going to stand. Now, one of the things that I always talk a lot about is balancing and movement. You can go ahead. I've cut these are 2.5 by 3, I believe, 3.25, sorry, my photos. You can easily use a 4 by 6 if you prefer to document in a larger photo. I like smaller photos, especially because I can add a sequence and I can add movement. I am not going to glue them side to side. Instead, I am choosing to give it a little bit of movement. I'm going to kind of overlap them a little bit so that they have kind of that step look. Yeah. So simple as that. I'm going to add a little bit of tape on the back, just so that I know that I can glue them in place and play around. So I'm going to use the edges of the photos, just keep them in place. And there we go. So already you see right now, I have that little step look for my photos. I'm trying to see that it's not as bright right now. I hope that the lights actually, turning off the lights help a little bit. So it's right there. And now let's add some ink to this part. So I'm going to go into the journaling bits. I love having all these eyelets and all those accents. It just brings texture to the page. So I know already that just so that I can follow the flow, I'm going to put it down. We're going to cover some of that. So that's going to go there. I don't think I want to add paper behind the photo. Already has some more. I don't know. Let me see. Doesn't hurt. We're going to do it quickly right here. Some of the 6 by 6 I have. I think I want to get something green just because I have that in the background. So I want to make sure that if anything, I bring some of the tones that I have on the background. I'm looking at this paper and I think this is the paper that we're going to use. So I'm just going to add a soft, like just a little bit of paper on the background, not much. I don't think we need much. Just let's see. Gonna make it stand out. Perfect. So go for it. We commit. Got some tape behind it. So go ahead and glue it. You don't have to be perfect with your, we just want some little frame that's gonna peek and it's gonna make it stand out. So a little bit there. My scissors. I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna stay showing down here, then I want to show down here, right there. I'm just committing quickly. Remember, not being exact, but I'm using the flat of the paper. That's all it's gonna take. Move the paper out of the way. Back to moving the layer. Hopefully you can see it better. I know this is gonna be here. Just gonna add some more. Perfect. So commit to my little tag here, and it's beautiful. But like I said, I want the texture that that little eyelet is bringing. So I'm going to put it right there. And that's going to pretty much sit right there. I am going to add some foam adhesive behind it just because I want to create that lift. So let's commit already. Let's put this stuff in place. Foam adhesive is probably my best friend, and I know that a lot of you like foam adhesive. So, oh, hey, Kirsten. Steve. So I'm just peeling making sure that everything comes in place. And let me get a ruler so I make sure that it's straight. Sorry, I just got to step on the table right there. Oh my, I can see the ink that I touched. So I'm just going to make sure the photos are straight. And I'm going to overlap them a little bit on the the line, the strips here that I have. Perfect. Commit, Natalie. There we go. Now, what we're gonna use to decorate this page, before we continue, let's trim the excess. So I'm gonna flip my paper, carefully go at it, trim the edges, we don't need them. Here, one side, to the other side too. There we go. You can see it better there. There we go. We have, so what better way to embellish that than to actually the florals in this collection. And the florals in the collection are beautiful. I like this. I love this accent because actually it repeats in some of the pattern paper. So but one of the things that I sometimes do is I fussy cut florals from my paper, which I did outside of the camera. And you're gonna see that I actually used the paper for another project. So you're gonna see that I don't have like the perfect floral, and that's okay. We're actually gonna use it to bulk up your cluster. So don't stress if you don't see a complete floral. You can always use like little pieces of it to just bulk your project. So one of the things that I did also outside of the camera is, and I'm gonna show you, the flowers right here have quite a bit of a wide edge. There's an offset on the die cut. I actually fussy cut a bit of that out. I don't want that much of a white space. I want something closer to the floral. I don't want to have all that space. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start building this up. Let's start with, this one is a complete floral. So I'm actually going to be pretty much going to tap my flower. Remember, I added foam adhesive not all the way to the edges, so I have a space to play around with. So here's where you're gonna be ingenious and use the angles that the leaves create to actually help you, tuck in images, tuck in pieces of paint. So we're gonna use the little angle here to actually tap it right there. And I'm not losing my flower, and it's looking like if it's coming from underneath my page. So that's what I want to make sure. We're gonna cheat it in a way. So again, I like how it looks. We're gonna commit, otherwise we're gonna be here. When you scrapbook on your own, which I do obviously at home, I question everything. But when I do it online, I'm like, you know what? We have to commit because we have to show you how this works. So like I said, I fussy cut, I'm gonna show you the paper actually. I fussy cut quite a bit of this paper. You're gonna see it in a project coming soon, but the leftover pieces, and that's what I don't have complete florals. I have pieces, you're gonna see here, you're gonna see a piece here that I don't have the leaves, and I'm okay with that. I'm actually going to use the good part to help me bulk up this floral here. So don't stress if you don't have a complete flower, and that's what I'm gonna say when you add foam adhesive behind your photo. Don't add it all the way to the edge. Leave a little bit of space, because then you're able to tuck in the florals. I'm gonna show you. See here, I don't have that perfect edge, but I have the beautiful here. So I'm gonna tuck it in right there. And what do you see? You see just the beautiful part of the floral. You don't see the part that it got cut out with the other project. So again, a little bit of foam adhesive because it's just gonna help you with the movement of the floral. And there we go. So because I have my design, I wanna make sure that it flows this way. I wanna create that link between the top of this page to the bottom of the page. So keep adding some more florals. We're gonna focus on the florals. We're not gonna cover all the edges. We're gonna try not to avoid that. Again, I'm gonna use the little space here to kind of tuck it underneath the other floral and the picture. A little bit there, and that's it. You don't see the bad, edge. I'm gonna make sure that I can cover my daughter. So I'm gonna move it a little bit more. Cover my daughter. And there we go. Ready? So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna add a little bit of foam adhesive. I'm gonna add a little bit once I'm out of the camera, then I'll make sure that I add a little bit more. One of the things that also I love is different. I don't know how you say it, width or depth of foam adhesive. I'm just using one right now because it's just easier. But I like adding different, so it gives you different heights to give you the idea that it's things are like, you know, in different levels. So now, like I said, we're moving this way. We need something that kind of sweeps your eye this way. So let's see, what do we have? No, maybe this here. Yep. So I'm just gonna add it right there. Or we can go with something else here. Let's see what else we have. Okay, we have another die. See, smaller format. Let's see which it will go that way. Let's just create, and you see how you kind of create that. I think we talked about it last live that I love a lot of movement, and I've talked with my hands. So then you can kind of creates this movement. You see, like S. So I'm able to kind of attach it to the other side here, and it just creates the movement, gives me the perfect space for my title, which is going to be right in between the florals. My landscape journal will go underneath, and then my layout is pretty much done. You see how just by placing your die cut, you can create that movement very it's like a kind of a simple composition actually. And like I said, if I was at home, I'd be like, oh, like not at home, but outside of the camera, I'd be like, I don't like it here. I'll be moving it, but they can't. Being live, it makes it go so simple, guys. So go live. I'm just kidding. It takes a lot of courage, I think, to go live. So we're gonna, again, now we have pretty much our layout is done at the top. Now we're gonna balance. Like I said, remember, we're talking about balance. So now I know that I want to use this floral. I have more, but I like this just because I have it's gonna help create. You see, like the movement is gonna help me tie it together. I might cut some of this. I am not opposed to cutting die cut florals just to make it like, you know, fit my composition. Now let's see. Do we want to get it in a? This is the only part that I didn't plan ahead of time. Do we want to get it in an angle just so it works out better? Yep, let's get it in an angle. So here we're gonna cheat a little bit, and I show you why. So once again, see this situation, we're gonna cut half of it because I have the blue edge at the top, which happens to be also the blue edge here. So I'm gonna cut a little piece here, okay, and then we're gonna start building it. I already added foam here, so we're gonna follow the same idea at the top to the bottom. So white, which is the white embroidered paper. And then in between, we're gonna put the coral line because you need that neutral color, but we're gonna do it differently, you know? Let's do the opposite. I think it's gonna look better. There we go, much better. I like this better, again. I'm trying to be parallel. I don't think I'm that off, so let's just double check. Yep, yeah, it's working out. And then I'm gonna bring a little bit of the blue side right here. I want to finish in blue, just so that I bring some of the blue that's already in the background here. And glue it in place right here, making advantage of edges. And that's about it. We're gonna go ahead, cut the excess. Oh, careful, Natalie. So we cut the edges, we cut the excess, flip it out, it's better that way. Clean this up. So you don't have a, I actually have my garbage can right underneath my leg, so I'm able to just toss it off the table and it falls right on the garbage. Yep. So I don't have to sweep after, thank God. So, and there we go. This die cut here, we're gonna add quite a bit of foam adhesive just because I want to make sure that it kind of pops from the background. Okay, so we can do my favorite thing in the world, foam adhesive. We're gonna add it to the edges of the floral that I'm in here, just to make sure that it stands out. Yes, see, it's kind of smaller here. I want to make sure that especially like the edges are the ones that are gonna look like they're lifted from the page. It's gonna take a little bit. There we go. quickly peeled it. Okay. Sorry if you see me shaking right now. I'm just trying to peel off, the backing of the foam adhesive. See here. Okay, one more, and I think we are fine. There we go. Okay, so now remember, movement. I want to make sure you tie it. So think of the edges. You put it this way, then you kind of stop in your movement, but it doesn't look bad. So let's see. Let's just play a little bit. See how it like balance, like it works fine. Let's try it. You can go this way. Works fine too. You got your title. I'm thinking it works better this way. Let's see, right. Don't cover that much. Nope. Again, like I said, we're gonna guess it. Let's go. Let's go with it. There we go. I'm gonna try not to go all the way to the edge. I'm gonna try put it a little bit higher. You still see the mixed media, not a lot, not overtaking the page. And that's why I'm adding foam adhesive to the floral, so the floral stands out on the paper. And my layout is pretty much, I'm not gonna say it's done, but the majority of the page is already and it's done. Now it's all gonna be about embellishing, and that is what a lot of people stress. So one of the things that I am actually gonna bring is butterflies. These are from the die cut pack. I want something that is gonna help me follow the movement. So a butterfly here is gonna work great. I'm gonna see if I have another one. I might have it here. It have to be just so remember movement, continuation. So I'm gonna put another one here. It goes there, and I'm gonna need another one here. So let's magically make one appear somewhere here. See my foam adhesive. I might have another type of die cut here. And I just bought a new die cut. I love this collection, so I'm gonna have a second here. There we go. Have another butterfly right there. I could have pulled the foiled ones, but I think let's give this one a try. I think I'm gonna move this one here. Let's see, I like this. Yeah, I like this green one here. I think I need something smaller. This may be a little bit too big, just especially because I'm talking, like I said, think of it, balancing. If I add something bigger, it's gonna make it really heavy at the top. So I need to go a little bit smaller. So we're gonna fussy cut. You know what? We talked about fussy cutting, so why don't we do it? So I'm pulling this paper. This is the homegrown paper. This butterfly is the same, but the B side has butterfly. I think that is the perfect size. The in between this and this is perfect size. So we're gonna fussy cut one. Let's just see that I don't cut off something that I can use on the back. Right here. When you have beautiful paper and you don't want to destroy the A side, so I have to make sure that I know that I can use that on my pocket pages. I know that I can use that. I know that I can fussy cut this. I want to make sure that I don't cut off an area that I can use the other side. So again, I am going to leave a little bit of an edge, just a little bit here to, create some separation. I'm going to do it quickly. You just need some sharp scissors. Move the paper, not the scissors. That's one thing that I think I've learned. Move the paper. It just makes it easier for you to cut that way than for you to move the scissors. So paper moves, very easy. And I know a lot of people don't like fussy cutting. I actually find it therapeutic, especially at night when we're watching TV. And my son plays soccer competitive for pretty much his entire life. So we watch a lot of soccer. I like it, but sometimes it gets boring. So that's the time when I either start hand stitching stuff or I start fussy cutting, and I have little packs of stuff that I need. So I'm able to, especially with florals or butterflies or any design that I want to fussy cut, that's the time that I used to do. So there we go. We have a butterfly. So you're gonna see scale, larger, medium. You can put it here, not too big. Medium and small. So that's just gonna help you with the balance. This is already heavy, so you don't want something as big. I'm just gonna show you. See how that becomes really heavy at the top? So to balance that out, heavy, light, heavy butterfly here, medium, so it doesn't get lost, but we can add a little bit of foam adhesive, and then small. Think of perspective to large to small. There we go. Again, foam adhesive is going to be our friends, especially because we want to make sure that the butterflies look that they are in flight. So a little bit of foam adhesive, and I think we talked about it last week. Remember, when you fold in the wings, not right in the, if you want the center, go ahead, but hold the thorax right there, and the other one too. So you have a flat surface in the middle. Here you go, same thing here, just the wings, not the body. Right here, hold it here, here. Then you have a flat surface right on the center, what will be the thorax of your butterfly. Two of the, Karen, you just bought two of the sheets you plan to plastic. Oh, I bought two. Don't worry about it. You're not the only one. I bought two of these to fussy cut. Don't worry. If you talk to Kinari or Heather, they'll tell you that I always say, please send another piece of paper because I'm gonna cry when I cut the paper. And I do. I don't cry, but it hurts me because I like paper. I like most of you, I love paper. I'm just moving the butterfly. So when I have to cut, and especially it's a beautiful design on both sides of the paper, I do. There's some tears inside that actually come out when I'm thinking, oh, I could have used for another layer. So my advice, buy 2 or 3 of the same. The papers, it's paper. You're gonna be a curator of beautiful paper, and that's okay. Especially if you use it, use your paper. I say it, I don't do it. I'm trying to, I'm getting better at it, but it does hurt sometimes when you cut beautiful paper. So then you're gonna see, just going back to the layer, because I'm talking a little bit too much. But you see how I balance my butterflies? A lot, like really big, bold, like bigger florals, a lot of them, but a smaller butterfly. Smaller, like, floral, a larger butterfly. So it kind of balances off. It's not gonna be a complete symmetrical design, but it's gonna be balanced. So it doesn't look heavy at the top and light at the bottom. It looks like, perfect, the perfect size on each side. So we don't need to add much more. We are gonna add a little bit, like, there's the word sweet. Trust me, my daughter likes ice cream, so that's gonna go, I wanna go down here. I don't wanna add more. I have the florals up there. I don't wanna bulk it up. I'll add some string. You guys know that I like that. And my title, we're gonna work on a title. Let's see. Enjoy the little things, not too much. I don't wanna add much more. So let's go work in the title. What do we have here? Let's see. Here. This is always good. Sorry, I'm just thinking about these things. So let's see. The snail mail. I'm gonna add more interest here. No, I don't think so. So let's just add. Love this. I'm gonna trim this little edge here. And I want it to look like a banner, like a little flag. So cut this up. Oh, I cut a little bit too much. So put it right there. We're gonna commit because this is, permanent. So okay, I like it. Perfect. And I think that's. I don't want to add much more. Honestly, I think I don't want it to overtake the strips. I don't want it to overtake, the floor. So very little. We're gonna focus now on the title, and for that, we are gonna bring the little up. I don't want it to be also very heavy, and I have them ready here. I have 2 sets, but again, another thing that I use lots of. And let's see what I'm gonna get my ruler here, so we put it straight. I'm gonna go with the curve. Gonna go make it all about my daughter. Do we have an arc? Perfect. We have matching letters. Okay, I should take out the little center of the E. Let me just use it. hopefully we have enough to make favorites of the same color. Let's see. And since we're in Canada, there's gonna be an U between, after the O. That's the way we spell it we spell it here in Canada. Sorry. Again, like I said, English is my second language. And I think soon Spanish is gonna be also, my second language, because I walk in that thin line between talking a lot of Spanish and a lot of English. So I don't think I have excel at either one of them. So, pretty sad if you think about it. So let's add the U because Canadian. So we're gonna add the U, and I don't have it. Oh, I have it in the same color. Oh, yay! So then let's work with an R. We don't have it here. I want to make sure that it's the same color. I don't want to take away from, all the colors on the background. So I'm trying to, make it, again, if you can buy alphas, buy double sets, because it always comes in handy to have, have this, especially this size. This is a perfect size for a lot of things, pocket pages, layouts, cards. So if you can, buy doubles, alphas is a great thing, especially the small ones. It's a great one to have doubles of. So please tell me there's another E. Perfect. Favorite. Let's put a spot here. Oh, please tell me have a nice that matches that. Maybe we'll switch it a little bit from this. Go into the purpose for this. S. P. Hey guys, I'm just trying to make sure that I screwed up this spelling here. Let's see, we have a T the same tone. Oh, we have it. Yay. Okay, move the alphas out of the way. Okay, so we're gonna move this here. Language journal will probably go down here. Let's see what else we're gonna add to this. We need to add, I think we need to add a little bit of bling, or maybe some enamel dots. Let's try enamel dots just because I have them handy here. I don't have lots, but I have them handy here. So let's see. Oh, I know, Barbara. We do speak, Spanglish at home. I actually think I do, but so let's see. Let's add some pops of purple. We're gonna, again, where do we want to add this? So let's go right here underneath the butterfly. Just a little bit of color. We're gonna bring some of that teal that we have and a little bit of that. There we go. So the next spot will be sort of maybe here, just so we have the movement. I know I talk a lot about movement, but it's something that it drives. I like my pages to, like, you can go through the entire page. Sure, go announce the winner. Go ahead. So again, remember, every time you comment, you can win a $15 gift certificate. So I think they're gonna announce it. Pretty much done with the page. I'm just gonna add a few more of the enamel dots to complete it. Then the other one will be up here. Okay. And my page is, oh, stuck my finger. Okay, and my page is done. So, like I said, I'll add some string. You're gonna see it. I'll put the pictures on my IG, and I'll make sure that the ladies also put it on Pinkfish Studio. I apologize for the light. I'm gonna work with the light more so you can see it. And Sandra Carrasco, that's the way you pronounce it in Spanish. You are the winner of the $15 ticket. I am actually gonna flip the camera so I can see you. And then we'll talk a little bit more before we say goodbye. So, oh, there we go. I can see me. Congratulations, Sandra. I cannot wait to see what you buy from the shop. Remember, there's a promotion right now that you can actually buy a box of Pinkfish Studio stuff. If you subscribe to the email, then you will get the information on your email, but it's, I think, $38 if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm mistaken, plus shipping, but you get quite a bit of product, and Pinkfish Studio product is beautiful. So extras is always welcome, and then you can fussy cut your life away. Go ahead, buy it. Go ahead, buy it. It's hard to have it shipped here, but congratulations, Sandra. I'm so glad you got this done. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna just lift up the page so you can see it, because I think you might be able to see it. And you might hear some noise in a bit because we actually having construction done in our apartment. So I'm gonna say goodbye before you hear that. As always, guys, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave me a message. If you want to see something created, live that I can show you, go ahead, leave me a message. I would love to show you something a little bit different or a little bit of me in a way. And thank you so much for joining me. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I know Jeff is coming back soon too with his lives, and there's always Leah and Heather with the cards live, so you can see a lot of our products. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. I don't know, maybe I'll come back next time. So we'll see you soon, guys. Take care.